just flicks it out of his glove right to Shonwell. And it's a one-hopper. Shonwell's got to pick it on the receiving end.
Here's Garcia at the plate with one out. He bounced one off of Shonwell his first time up. And there's a chase and a miss. That was a first pitch changeup there.
At the top side of the strike zone, mislocation. They want that one down, but left it up.
Here's the next pitch. Bounced just by the mound. This is fielded by Moore. He has it, and his throw is in time. A couple of assists in the inning by the Angels' second baseman. Two are gone. Nathaniel Lowe will be the batter. In the bottom of the fourth, the Angels will have O'Hoppe, Darno, and Moore against Parker.
Fans, join us every Sunday home game through July 27th. Visit the Gate 5 Courtyard for fun activities and stay for Kids Run the Bases, presented by Yakult Probiotic Drink. Visit angels.com/promotions, and we will have that here today.
Here's the pitch on its way. That's in there for called strike. Kohanowitz has been very economical with his pitches so far, 43, and he's working with 2 outs here in the fourth. And here's the next one, and that's a little bit high. One ball, one strike is the count. Next delivery, that's fouled off on the left side, backing out of play.
Yeah, 45 pitches, only 16 out of the strike zone. That is where Jack Kohanowitz needs to be. He's doing a nice job of working up. He's pitching in well here today.
Here's the 1-2, and that's inside. Nathaniel Lowe, his brother Josh, outfielder for the Tampa Bay Rays. Rays just a half game behind the Yankees in the AL East. And the pitch. That's low and inside. Full count now, 3-2.
Yeah, when the Yankees hit that skid, the Rays were hot. The Yankees win today and the Rays lose today, so they're going to lose some ground today.
Here's the next pitch, and that's going to be ball 4. Lowe ends up drawing a 2-out walk. Josh Bell will be the next batter. It's the first walk given up by Shonwell today.
And that is the 18th 2-out walk from Jack Kohanowitz. One of the tops in the majors. That is not a stat you want to be at the top at.
Yep. Here's the pitch on its way. That's ripped into right field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Campero is just getting to it now. They're going to have runners at the corners. The throw goes towards second, and Lowe, the runner at first with 2 outs, easily gets to third. Kohanowitz in some trouble here with 2 outs. Looks to get out of it. Next batter will be Brady House.
And this changeup once again stays up. Josh Bell able to get to it and just flick it out into right field.
House popped out to Christian Moore, the Angels' second baseman, his first time up. That was a couple innings ago in the second. 2 on with 2 outs. Here's the pitch, and that's way high and away. 95 on that sinker. 1 ball, no strikes.
Again, missing up. You like to see him just pound that sinker down and in. Going to beat it right in the ground.
Here's the next delivery. That's fouled off on the right side. As House bats, he's one of 6 players in their lineup 25 years old or younger. Here's the pitch. Lifts this one in the air down the right side. Campero's going to see it drop fair just inside that foul line. That's going to score a run, and that's going to end up being a hustle double as House delivers there. He went the opposite way, and this game's tied at 1.
Yeah, this is another 2-seamer, and it's on the outer third, but it is up enough for House to be able to get to it and just flick it out into right. Again, this all starts with a 2-out walk here.
And Barry Enright, the Angels pitching coach, is going to go out to have a word with Kohanowitz. 3 straight have gotten on with 2 outs in this inning and runners at second and third. 1-1 ball game now at the Big A. After the meeting wraps up, Dalen Lyle will be the next hitter. And he is a left-handed batter. Left-handed hitters have hit better this year against Kohanowitz than right-handed batters. Lefty batters hitting .303 against them. Right-handed hitters .264.
Yeah, that .303, third highest in the majors.
So the meeting is over, and now Kohanowitz needs an out here. Keep this ball game tied. Hit likely brings in 2, and the pitch. This is chopped on a high hop to short, fielded by Newman. The throw is in time, and it took just 1 pitch to get Lyle. Inning ends on the 6-3 ground out. So they leave a couple on. They've left 3 in scoring position here in the early going. It's a 1-1 game as we get
a snack that Freddie cannot resist.
I would have to say chips and guacamole. Organic mango, yep.
Is that because of the strong Dominican contingent in the major leagues, bro? Has anybody ever struck out and gone crazy and smashed the cooler full of mangoes?
Nah, our team's not really into smashing each other's stuff, I guess.
Are you a seasoning guy? You like to drown your stuff in dips and sauces?
No. Gotta watch my figure.
And it looks great, brother.
I appreciate it.
Very sexy man.
Yeah,
Let's go, Freddie Freeman, ladies and gentlemen.
To see all this excitement around what I love to do growing up, it's crazy.
What's your favorite thing about this whole event so far?
The fusion of sports, entertainment, and cards.
That's awesome.
Because to me, cards have always been entertainment, and they're getting their just dessert now.
Camps today. That's angels.com/camps.
1-1 to score. We get set for the bottom of the 4th inning. Logan O'Hoppe to face Parker, and O'Hoppe goes after the first pitch and fouls that one off on the third base side. The bottom of the 4th inning. It's being brought to you today by JAE Electronics, technology to inspire innovation. O'Hoppe flied out to right his first time up. And here's the pitch, and that is a chase and a miss. 0-2 is the count.
Yeah, good curveball.
Here's the 2-strike pitch, and this is lifted high in the air. This ball is carrying out in left center field, but there to make the catch right near the rim of the track is James Wood, the left fielder. O'Hoppe gave it a good ride, but he's retired. That's out number 1, and Travis d'Arnaud will be the next batter.
Yeah, watching that off the bat, I thought it got in enough to stay in the ballpark, but then you see it in the air and you see James Wood going back. You're thinking this could get out in the daytime.
So here's d'Arnaud, and he was a strikeout victim his first time up. The Angels coming into today's game have taken over the AL lead in home runs, leapfrogging over the Yankees, and the Angels have homered in 10 games in a row coming into today. Haven't hit one yet today, but the home run has been such a big part of what the Angels do offensively so far this season. Ready to work is Parker, and here's the next pitch. That's a little bit low. Angels have won 8 of their last 12 games during this stretch, averaging over 5 runs a game. And in the last 12 games, the Angels have homered 24 times. Here's the pitch. Fouled off right side. That's going to get back and out of play. 2-2 is the count. Mitchell Parker has the new baseball. He's ready to come in. Here comes his 2-2 pitch. That's low, and it's a full count.
So much over 50% of the Angels' runs that they produce come via the home run ball.
And here comes the 3-2, and that one misses low. That walk, the third one given up by Parker, you might recall he walked 2 of the first 4 batters today in the first inning. Hadn't walked anyone since, but Darno's on, and Christian Moore will be the next batter.
Fans, join us for Throwback Week at the Big A. The first 25,000 fans on Friday, July 11th will get a reversible bucket hat courtesy of Yakult Probiotic Drink. Visit angels.com/promotions.
And the first one on Moore, and he was checking. They say he was holding on that one. One is the score. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the pitch. This is hit pretty well out into right center field. A couple of outfielders are chasing and making the running catch. Just a few feet from the rim of the track is the right fielder, Dalen Lyle. That's the second out. A couple of deep outs here in this inning for the Angels, and Campero will be the next batter.
Yeah, that's a good at-bat right there. Christian Moore, that's fastballs on that outside part of the play. You always want to see guys take that direction.
Campero flied out to center his first time up. And here's the pitch. That's a pitch in there for a called strike.
Campero hit his first home run of the night, or of this season, last night. Down in that right field corner.
Parker ready. Here's the pitch. That's fouled off on the right side, backing out of play. Angels scored in the first inning, and the Nationals coming back in the top of this inning, the 4th, to tie it up. Here's the next delivery. That one misses low. One ball, 2 strikes is the count.
Campero, boy, if he hits one in the right center field gap, there's going to be nobody going to be able to run that one down.
2 strikes on him here. The 1-2 pitch, and he bounces one on the right side, but it's gobbled up by the second baseman, and Garcia will throw him out, and that's how the inning will end. Angels had a base runner on, Strand the runner Darno, and we will head to the 5th inning in a 1-1 game on Angels Radio, also available on the Angels Radio.
Call 714-4-ANGELS.
Fifth inning we go in a 1-1 game. Angels a run on 2 hits. The Nationals have a run on 4 hits. And the first batter is Drew Millis, and here's the pitch. Takes that one for a called strike. He's their catcher today, a switch hitter. He's been filling in for a few days as their backup catcher in this series. First game he's appeared in, and Keibert Ruiz in their series that preceded this one in San Diego had to be placed on the concussion protocol list.
He got hit in the dugout by a foul ball.
Yeah.
Hit in the head.
There's ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike is the count.
Yeah, in San Diego, the dugouts are almost right on top of home plate.
Yeah, not a whole lot of foul territory down the lines there. And here's the next pitch, and that one is low and in. 3-1 is the count.
.55 pitches for Jack Kohanowitz.
He got out of most of the trouble last inning, but they did get a run, and he had retired the first 2 in the inning, and they were able to get 1 run on the board, and they left runners at second and third. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and that is outside. So Millis, who has not had a hit with the Nationals, not a guy you wanted to walk right there to start off the inning, but he's on, and the 9-hole hitter, Jacob Young, will be the next batter.
Yeah, and I don't get it. A 3-1 slider to a guy that hasn't played much, certainly hasn't played at all here at the major league level this season.
Has a good-sized lead over there at first, not going though, and around the bunt and taking the pitch for a strike is the 9-hole hitter Jacob Young.
Jose Fermin begins to throw in the Angels bullpen. Got Millis, 8 stolen bases in AAA this year.
Yep. Here's the pitch, and that one pitched low and away. Kohanowitz has allowed just 1 run, and he's thrown only 60 pitches, but the Angels have action in the bullpen.
Jacob Young, by far their best bunter. 8 sacrifice bunts this year.
Number 1 in the National League in that department, and he was around to bunt that one, and it was up and in, moves away from the plate. Ball 2. 2-1 to count. We're in the top of the 5th. It's a 1-1 game. The top of the 5th inning presented today by your Southern California Toyota dealers.
Logan O'Hoppe going to go out and just have a quick conversation trying to get Jack Kohanowitz back in this strike zone. Fans, enjoy the magic of Harry Potter on Tuesday, July 29th. Enjoy Hogwarts t-shirt and a seat to the game with the Harry Potter ticket package. Visit angels.com/Harry Potter for details.
So the meeting is going to be ended by the home plate umpire as Mark Ripperger goes out there to break it up. We saw Kyle Hendricks only go 5 innings in last night's ball game. We thought he might have had a quick hook.
Tyler Anderson had a short outing his last time. Yeah, they're on the phone. If he ends up walking him, that could be it.
2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the delivery, and there's the bunt, but he fouls it off on the first base side. 2-2 is the count.
And he continues to throw that slider. Jack Kohanowitz has had 14 double plays turned behind him this season. Angels have turned more double plays than anybody else in the majors. Certainly with Kohanowitz and Soriano.
2-2 is the count. And here's the next delivery, and that's a line shot into left field, and that is trouble. Just getting to the ball is Ward in front of the rim of the track. It's going to be a double, and they're going to have runners at second and third. no one out here in this 5th inning. So it's been the bottom part of the batting order which has gotten this rally going here for the Nationals, the 8 and 9 hole hitters, and now a tough batter stepping up will be C.J. Abrams, and Ray Montgomery, the Angels interim manager, is headed to the mound.
The pitch calling here is, I don't like it at all. You throw a catcher this is his first at bats here at the major league level, a 3-1 slider that ends up going out of the strike zone, and right there is the number 9 hitter, and you throw him 3 straight breaking balls, and that last one's a sweeper, and you got to pound those guys at the bottom of the order.
We are going to have a pitching change. Kohanowitz will be lifted.
I was in AAA, and right before the game, they said, no, you gotta stop. You need to hurry up and go to Cincinnati. You're about to go play a game there. You got 45 minutes till the game starts. So I get in my car and I start driving, and all I keep thinking about is, which jersey are they wearing that night? So when I get to the locker room, I see my jersey hung up, and love the white jerseys, just the stitching on it, the old school feel to it.
San Lucas, Mexico. See what Hyatt Vacation Club has to offer. Conditions and participation requirements apply. Call 866-440-8783 to learn more.
Join your Angels for Family Sunday every Sunday home game through July the 27th. Visit the Gate 5 courtyard for fun activities and stay for Kids Run the Bases. For a full list of Family Sundays presented by Yakult Probiotic Drink, visit angels.com/promotions.
Jose Fermin comes in. He's in a tough situation here with runners at second and third. No one out, and the first pitch, a chase and a miss. Good slider fooled Abrams for strike one.
Yeah, great slider.
Fermin pitched in last night's ball game, and he had a scoreless inning of work. Here's one that's chopped towards short. Stopped there by Newman, and the runners have to hold. Throw to first is in time. With the infield in, that worked perfectly for the Angels right there, and a tough hitter retired. Another pretty good hitter stepping up to the plate in James Wood with one out.
Yeah, either you're going on contact or you're not. You're trying to make sure that ball gets through. With nobody out, you definitely want this ball to get through. Really nice play by Newman. And they're going to intentionally walk James Wood. Set the double play back in order.
That'll load him up, and now Fermin forced to throw strikes. The call to the bullpen, it's brought to you by Cox Mobile, the smart way to mobile. And here's Luis Garcia batting. Grounded out a couple of times. And he takes ball one. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Garcia's had 3 hits in this series with a pair of runs batted in. The pitch and a wave and a miss. Missed that slider. 1-1 is the count. Numbers on Kohanowitz. He threw only 62 pitches, 37 for strikes, 4 innings, 5 hits, 1 run earned, 2 on bases property, walked 2, struck out 2. And here's the next pitch. That's low and in. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Fermin ended up throwing 11 pitches last night.
Nathaniel Lowe waits on deck. He's had a good series against the Angels. Here's the next pitch. Fouled off left side, and that's going to get back and out of play. So a couple of strikes here on Garcia. Boy, a strikeout would be big here. Fermin doesn't waste much time. Quick worker. Has a new baseball, and here it comes. That one misses low. So now the count's full. A walk would force in a run. Fermin coming into this ball game in 10 1/3 innings with the Angels, 16 strikeouts, 5 walks issued. Full count. See what happens here with the bases loaded. 1 out. Here it comes. Grounded, and it's stopped there by Shonwell. Goes to the bag, fires to the plate, and the ball got away. And now they're going to try and bring in another runner to the plate. And not sure what the call was there. Really no signal by Mark Rippiker, but they have taken the lead here.
This is going to be a double play, but it's going to be on the second runner, not the first one. Mark Rippiker said, yes, that ball, that he tagged him on that thigh, but the Washington Nationals have a different idea. They're going to challenge this.
So Shonwell got the out on the ground ball that was hit right next to the bag. He just put his foot on the bag and then fired to home, trying to get Millis. And he was safe, and then they tried to bring in Jacob Young as well, following him up.
Just getting a chance to look at Ohapi now. Yeah, boy, you hope he touched him.
The call was out on the second runner breaking for the plate.
This challenge is presented by Easton and Easton.
It's a 2-1 Washington lead, and we're going to find out here momentarily whether it's going to stay that way or if it's going to be a 3-1 Washington lead.
Yeah, this will either end the inning or pop another run on the board for the Nationals.
Yep.
And I don't know what Logan Ohapi, after he puts the tag on, he just turns around and tosses this ball to no one, just thinking that Fermin was going to be there.
So this is taking some time right here to render the final verdict.
Wow. It's difficult to say. Call on the field is out. Hopefully that will stick, because I don't know if you could tell one way or the other whether his glove catches that leg or not.
Taking a long time here for the decision to be rendered.
We just looked on our monitor in New York. They've got 5 people looking at this play right now on massive screens. Everything's blown up.
Still no announcement from the crew chief and also the home plate umpire today where the action occurred here in this inning that's being challenged.
Well, one thing, Nolan Shonwell, I know this ball takes him towards home plate. There's a reason you have your infield in. You're going to try to cut the run down at the plate, and he went to first base. As soon as he goes to first base, you're done trying to get that out with anybody with speed. And first runner is Millis, and he even though he's the catcher, he runs really well.
Now we're going to get the announcement.
The call on the field stands. The runner's out. Washington will lose their challenge.
So you just heard from Mark Rippiker right there. The call on the field stands. So we'll get ready to move now to the bottom of the 5th. Washington has a 2-1 lead on Angels Radio, also available on the Angels.
Drink responsibly. B21.
Angels ready to bat. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Halos down 2-1. And here's Kevin Newman swinging at the first pitch. He pops one up on the left side of the infield on the dirt. The shortstop, Abrams, under. He'll make the one-handed catch. While we were gone during the commercial break after the top of the 5th inning, Davey Martinez, the manager, was out there, and he had a few things to say about the final decision there on that appeal, and he was ejected. So Miguel Cairo, who is their bench coach, will take over as their manager. Here's the pitch. That's a pitch taken there by Rengifo. 1 ball, no strikes.
Unfortunately, once it goes to New York, you can't argue the decision. And I couldn't tell one way or the other, to tell you the truth. And the call on the field was out, so I don't know if there was enough evidence. Obviously, New York thought there probably maybe was, or not enough to overturn it.
1 ball, 1 strike is the count. And here's the next delivery. It's fouled off to our right. That's going to get back and out of play. The bottom of the 5th inning. It's being sponsored today by Del Taco. Well, the person who made the call, Mark Rippiger, the home plate umpire, had the best view, and he said that O'Hoppe got the tag on the second runner who was trying to score, and that was Jacob Young. There's one that's fouled off, and I guess the guys in New York couldn't really tell, so you go with the call on the field.
Yeah, again, we saw it. Bunch of different angles. You could not tell if he grazed him. If he did tag him, it just barely grazed his uniform.
(2-1) Washington on top. They've out hit the Angels 5-2 in this game. And here comes the pitch. That's lined into left field, and that's going to be a base hit. And Hipo's been swinging a hotter bat. Makes a big turn at first. He'll go back to the bag, and he is on with the 1-out single.
It's interesting that Mitchell Parker would throw a slider to a righty. We haven't seen many of those at all. This slider just spins in the middle of the plate. Rengifo hits it hard to left. And I'm still going back to that whole play. You had the infield in. It's a one-hopper to Shonowell. He has got to come to home plate. That's why you pulled the infield in, even though the ball took him to first base. But as soon as you take a step to first, you're losing that run. That run is going to disappear. You will have no shot at getting that guy at home plate.
Bases were loaded. The runner at third is breaking on contact.
Yep. You have to come to home plate on that. That's why you have the infield in.
There's a pitch that's in there for a called strike on Shonowell. 1-1 is the count. Shonowell has a walk. He scored the only Angel run. That was back in the bottom of the first. Struck out his last time up. Here's the delivery, and this is a liner, and it's caught and way off the bag at first base. There is Rengifo. He will be doubled off, and that's how the inning ends. Shonowell couldn't have hit it much harder, but the liner caught by the second baseman, and Rengifo, a dead duck, trying to get back to first base. 5th inning is over.
Call 714-4Angels or visit angels.com/group for more.
Batter is Nathaniel Lowe as we go to the 6th inning, and the Angels have Brock Burke taking over. So he replaces Jose Fermin. Fermin came into that tough situation in the top of the 5th inning last inning, and Fermin did not allow any hits, and the one walk against him was an intentional walk, didn't strike out any. There's a pitch in there on Low, and the count, no balls and 2 strikes. The 2 runs the Nationals have scored today are each against Kohanowitz. And here's the next pitch. And that's a little bit low, so Kohanowitz, who's trying to win a start for the first time since the 16th of May, he'll have to wait till his next turn. He's gone winless now in 8 straight starts. And he hasn't pitched poorly in all 8 of them, but just has not been able to get a win. 1-2 is the count on Low. And Burke is ready. Here's the next one. This is chopped right to second. Easy play for Moore, and he will throw out Nathaniel Lowe. That's the first out. 4-3 on the ground out. Josh Bell will be the next batter. Bell so far in the ball game, he's gone 1 for 2. And against the left-hander, he'll turn around and bat right-handed, the switch hitter, and the pitch. Chops this one softly right to Shotwell. He's right across in the bag. He'll just walk on over, touch the bag, and that'll be the second out. 2 gone quickly. The batter will be Brady House. This top of the 6th inning, it's being presented today by Coca-Cola. Angels in the bottom of the 6th. We'll try and get things going against Mitchell Parker. And here's the pitch. And that one, pitch that misses for a ball. Angels will have Ward, Adele, and O'Hoppe stepping up.
Seattle and Texas are all locked up 3-3 in the 11th.
There's a pitch right there taken for a ball.
All 3 of those games have gone extra innings. Seattle won game 1. Rangers won in 10 in last night's game, and they're in 11. It's bottom of the 11th today.
Next pitch, and that's popped in the air down the right side. That's going to push back to the seats, backing out of play. Brady House doubled in the first Washington run, and that was his last time up in the 4th inning. And here's the next pitch, way outside. 3 balls, 1 strike is the count. And here's the 3-1. That's fouled back behind the plate. Full count, 3-2.
Angels have been out hit today 5-3.
Here's the 3-2 pitch, and that is a called 3rd strike. Got him looking. The inning is over. Fastball, and House is called out. Good inning for Brock Burke. Retires all 3 in a row. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Angels down by a score right now of 2-1. Just an 11-pitch inning on Angels Radio. Also available on the...
Now representing the organization, Jim Leland and A.J. Hinch are presenting Miggy with a customized set of cleats made by renowned artist Marco Terzo, made from several significant baseballs from Miguel's career. The cleats are presented on a base representing the time he spent at both third and first base in his career.
Taylor Ward will lead off the Angels bottom of the 6th, 2-1 Washington. And the first pitch from the Nationals starter, Mitchell Parker, who's pitched well in this ball game. That was ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Ward a pair of doubles, and he's driven in the only Angel run, and that was in the first inning today. And he grounds this one on the left side, skips off the glove of the diving third baseman House. Ward is going to head for second, and he's going to get another double. After that ball skipped off the glove of House, it rolled very slowly out to the outfield grass in shallow left center, and Taylor Ward a 3-double day.
Boy, and he was not running hard out of the box. He was just thought this was going to be just an infield single, and once it hit off, then he looked up and saw that this ball's in the outfield, and that's where he shifted gears. I wasn't sure if he was going to recognize that or not, and thank goodness he does. Jim Hickey, the Nationals pitching coach, out to the mound. Fans, join us for Throwback Week. The first 25,000 fans on Saturday, July 12th, will receive a long-sleeve shirt courtesy of Miller's Children's and Women's Hospital. Visit angels.com/promotions.
It's like Cole Henry has gotten up in the Nationals bullpen. The Angels have some action in the bullpen as well.
Angels have Connor Brogdon getting loose. Again, you look at Mitchell Parker, just 73 pitches to this point. He's only allowed 1 run, 4 hits.
Batter will be Joe Adell. He's had a walk and a ground out so far today, trying to keep that career-high 10-game hitting streak alive. Here's the pitch, and this is a little bloop that's going to drop into right center field. Being waved home is Ward, and he will score. Wait, Taylor Ward just kind of went slowly cruising into third base, and then Bo Porter was waving him home, so he had to pick up the pace. Never really got a throw to the plate, and the ball game is now tied at 2.
Taylor Ward. And this shatters the bat of Joe Adell. Joe Adell just fights this off. And Garcia throws his glove up. And I don't know if that threw Taylor Ward off or not. Deked him. And certainly for Taylor Ward, did not get a good jump, but was still able to score.
Here's old Hoppy at the plate. And the first pitch. It's in there for a called strike. It's bottom of the 6th inning. It's being brought to you by United Airlines. Joe Adell, who just tied up the ball game with that RBI single, extends that hitting streak, an 11-gamer now. He's got a decent lead off the bag at first. Here's the pitch, and that's a ground ball, base hit through into left field off the bat of Hoppy, and runners at first and second. Angels have had 3 straight hits here in this inning.
And I'm shocked C.J. Abrams wasn't shading Hoppy more towards the hole. He was almost in the normal shortstop position, and Hoppy hammers it through that left side, and they're going to go to the bullpen.
Yeah, Miguel Cairo is their bench coach. He is the acting manager after Dave Martinez was ejected. So that will end the day for Parker. He will not have a chance to come away with a win, and still the pitcher record, though. The runners on base is property if they score those.
Well, this is a World Series card. Everybody said, what's it going to be to pitch against Sandy Koufax, who's a dominant pitcher. I said, I hope I don't embarrass myself. And I didn't. Pitched my first shutout ever. We won 6-0, and my parents were there. My mom was afraid of heights, so she was in the upper deck. She had to come down and trade seats with somebody so that she could actually watch her 20-year-old son pitch a shutout in the World Series.
Of strong stability and rock-solid family management since 1907. F&M Bank, proud sponsor of Angels baseball. Some things will always be. Member FDIC. Experience Angels baseball with the Friends and Family Fun Pack. For only $44, get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 soft drinks. For more info regarding the Friends and Family Fun Pack, call 714-4ANGELS or visit angels.com/funpack.
New pitcher for the Nationals is Cole Henry. We saw him pitch 2/3 of an inning in the opening game of the series on Friday night. He did not allow any runs in that appearance. First pitch is a ball. The count's 1-0. We'll give you the numbers on Mitchell Parker, their starter, after the next pitch here on d'Arnaud. Here it comes, and it's in there, called strike. Gave him a fastball 94. Mitchell Parker threw 76 pitches, 48 were strikes, 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 on base his property, walked 3, struck out 3. And the 1-1 pitch, that's low and away. Called to the bullpen this inning by Washington, presented by Coca-Cola, refreshment for the Halos. A strikeout and a walk so far. And here's the next pitch. That's a big chase and a miss. 2-2 the count. Cole Henry wears number 99 on the back of his Nationals jersey. Next pitch, ground ball hit to third. They're going to go to second for 1, relay to first, and that is an easy double play. Those are the first 2 outs in the inning, so the Angels have Adele over there at third. But 2 gone on that ball off the bat of d'Arnaud, and now the Angels need a 2-out hit from Christian Moore.
Yeah, you were hoping that kind of just really put some big pressure on the Nationals here after tying the game up, and then first and second, nobody out. Christian Moore, a big 2-out hit last night.
Takes this one low, and boy, Adele was starting to break for the plate after that ball got away just slightly from Millis. It was still in the batter's circle, and then Adele had to put the brakes on and rush back to third base.
Yeah, Millis does not do the one leg, and that allows him to really, like a crab, just fly to his right and be able to block this. And Mike Trout in the on-deck circle.
Here's the pitch, and that's a pitch that misses for a ball. 2-0. Christian Moore is 0 for 2, ground out, fly out in the series. 2 for 8 with a run batted in. A hit here would give the Angels the lead. Here's the pitch, and that caught the outside corner. That's a called strike.
Cole Henry just below the three-quarter arm slot. And that's a deceiving arm slot for the right-handed hitters. And he throws a curveball that looks like a sweeper.
Right-hander ready. Here's the next pitch. Inside. That backs Moore out of the batter's circle. Up and in was that pitch. Henry, another big pitcher on their roster. He goes 6'4". Second-round pick of the Nationals back in 2020. It's a 3-1 count here on the Angels' second baseman, Christian Moore, the pitch. And that's a shot that's going to drop into left center field. Moore comes through again. Adele scores, and the Angels have a 3-2 lead. Boy, he's come up clutch here in this homestand and in this series.
Well, you get to find out a young player that can slow the game down in big moments, and a lot of guys that part of the game speeds up. Looks like for Christian Moore, he's able to slow it down. This is a fastball on that outside part of the plate, able to get enough of it, get it over C.J. Abrams' head to give the Angels the lead. Another big hit for Christian Moore.
Mike Trout will be the batter. Trout will be pinch hitting for Campero, and the Angels also have Neto now waiting on deck. 2 outs in the inning. Trout digs in. He had a home run here last night. And here's the pitch. He takes that's on the outside part of the plate. Trout's 2 for 7 in the weekend series with a homer, a pair of runs batted in. Hit a solo shot in the ball game last night, and he had an RBI single Friday night. Here's the next pitch on Trout. Swings at it, fouls it off on the right side, out of play.
Yeah, Lamont Wade Jr. will take over in right field. How I'm mapping it out. Scott Kingery, if Neto gets up there, will take over at short. And then that is it. Angels bench has been used.
There's a pitch that misses low. 1-2 on Trout. Campero, who Trout is batting for, he was 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out. 2-run inning for the Angels and a 1-run Halo lead, 3-2. Here's the pitch. Trout swings at it and pops it up foul on the first base side. It's playable under and behind the coaching box. Making the catch on that one is Nathaniel Lowe, and that is how the inning will end. Trout retired. Angels will leave a runner on, but as we get ready to head to the 7th, the Angels are back on top.
to my security right there. That's the bad one, Roscoe Pico train.
Major League Baseball wanted to start doing something with the players and their dogs.
Which one's the dog?
I was undecided on whether to do a dog card or not, but my wife pushed me in the back and she wanted a famous dog, so she told me to do it.
This season's most exciting rookies and iconic moments from the game's greatest legends. 2025 Topps Baseball Hobby Shop or Topps.com to build your collection today.
Ryan Sefferjohn is the new Angel pitcher, so he will be the fourth of the day. He replaces Brock Burke, who had a 1-2-3 inning in the sixth inning. We go to the seventh now, and the first pitch on Dalen Lyle, left-handed batter. He takes it for ball one, gave him a cutter that missed. Bottom third of the batting order for the visiting Washington Nationals. Here's the next one on Lyle. Swings at it and lifts it in the air into right field. There's a new right fielder for the Angels. That's Lamont Wade Jr., and he'll make the catch on that one. One gone on the lineout. Wade out there after the Angels used Trout, the pinch hit for the starting right fielder, Gustavo Campero. Let's pause for station identification on Angels Radio, also available on the Angels Radio app.
AM 830 KLAA, Orange County, Los Angeles, and Inland Empire.
Terry Smith along with Mark Langston. Our producer-engineer is Jorge Sevilla. And here's a shallow fly ball hit into center, and coming in, making the running catch on that one is Joe Adell. He had to come in a ways. Two quick outs here in the seventh. And the next batter is going to be the 9-hole hitter, the center fielder, Jacob Young.
Yeah, Joe Adell reads that swing. His first step was back and then had to really come in hard to make that catch.
He was able to retire Drew Millis. And here's the pitch on its way. That's in there on Young for a strike. This top of the seventh, Angels leading at 3-2. Top of the seventh, brought to you by Resorts World Las Vegas. Visit rwlasvegas.com to book your fabulous hotel stay. There's a swing and a miss. Had a fastball there, and that one 99 miles per hour. The count's 0-2.
Yeah. Sefferjohn, he can bring it, and he needs to throw that more, because then you won't be able to even remotely lay off any of his secondary pitches, the cutter or the sweeper.
0-2, and he came in with another fastball there. That one missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the 1-2 pitch, and boy, that was another fastball 99 that was up and in. That moves Young off the plate. The Angels in the bottom of the seventh will have Newman, Rengifo, and Shonowell. See if Newman bats or if Angels might pinch hit for him. Pitch fouled off on the right side.
Another fastball. He's late getting to it. And I still believe if he throws him the sweeper here on that outside part of the plate, this is a swing and miss to end the inning.
Here's the pitch, and that one is high. Came back with another fastball, every one of them right at 99.
Yeah, I felt like the 2-2 pitch is your pitch you want to kind of get a swing, and that one he just overthrows the fastball. Now 3-2, this should be another fastball.
Here's the pitch, and it will be, but it misses inside. 2-out walk. That puts the tying run on at first base. Fourth walk issued today by the Angels, and the 2 runs that the Nationals have scored have each been scored by hitters who walked.
I won the 2-out walk in the fourth.
Here's the pitch. This is fouled off, not too far away from the booth, just above us, out of play. Should be getting the official attendance here at the Big A. We've yet to get that here. Should be coming down momentarily.
Hate walking the number 9 hitter with 2 outs.
Yep. There's a toss over to first, and diving back to the bag goes Young. He can run. He can also get caught running. He's been caught 8 times, the most caught stealing by a National League base runner so far this year. He has 8 steals and 8 caught stealing. Here's the pitch, and this is lifted high in the air, not very deep on the left side. Going back on the outfield grass is the shortstop, Newman. He can't make the catch. It hits off his glove, and the runner is going to come in and score all the way from first base on that one. It's now 3-3. Wow, does that play hurt right there?
Wow. This is just a sun ball. Newman's going back. You could see he was battling the sun the entire time. He's got the glove up. He's got the glasses on and the glove up.
And we're going to have a pitching change.
And I take it back. He does not have sunglasses on. Well, this just eats him up.
So Zephyr John deserved a better fate right there. He will be lifted. The batter who hit that ball, it was Abrams, and he ended up at second. So we'll see who the Angels decide to bring in.
This is a good one right here. The Padres. Little pinstripe unis. We would wear these every Thursday. When I kept it, I wanted to keep it all dirty. I always felt like if you didn't get dirty in a baseball game, you kind of didn't really play that day. So I had my pine tar there, a little dirt in the front side of it, but the brown and orange, really cool cleats. All the fans really enjoyed it as much as the players did.
$4.32 on select game days at Angel Stadium. And also look for them at your local fair, concert, and other sporting events.
Join your Angels for every Saturday night home game and stay to enjoy a post-game Saturday night fireworks show driven by your SoCal Hyundai dealers. Visit angels.com/promotions for more details.
New pitcher for the Angels is Reed Detmers. On that ball that ended up dropping in off the bat of Abrams, they will give him a double on that one. And Reed Detmers will be facing a right-handed hitter, and this is Ahmed Rosario, who we have not seen at all in this series. So they're not going to have James Wood, the left-handed batter, face the Angels' lefty reliever. Oh, yeah. Let's see what's going on here. Wood was intentionally walked with first base open, so this is Rosario who is batting for Garcia. So that makes a little bit more sense. So they put that scheduled batter on at first base with the intentional walk. 2 are on. Here's the pitch on its way. This is chopped on the third base side, and it is a foul ball. Just foul.
Yeah, go back to Kevin Newman with no glasses in a day game, and I get it. Shonowell doesn't wear sunglasses either, but you've got to be pretty confident in your skill set that you can block out the sun with your glove or your hand. And the old flip downs, we've been talking about it a lot. Angels have played some day games on this homestand. This is their third one here on this homestand. And difficult. And the old flip downs, like welder's goggles, and nobody wears them anymore.
Here's the pitch. That's a little bit low and outside on Rosario. Rosario is hitting .277. Base hit would give them the lead. The pitch, and that's a chase and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Only the 40th game for Rosario, and this is game 84 for the Washington Nationals. Rosario has been an everyday player for a long time, but not this year with Washington. Here's the pitch, and there's a swing and a miss. He struck him out on a fastball, and that is how the inning will end. The Nationals do get a run to tie it. It is a 3-3 score as we get ready to go to the bottom of the 7th. We're going to keep things right here, and we're going to have
Talk to me.
This is called a Crawford dog. Hamburger bun.
Yes.
2 split top Angus beef hot dogs griddled on the skillet, on the plancha. And then we do a bacon onion jam with Crawford Bock beer.
Pick it up like a burger.
Pick it up like a burger and you just go in, man.
Let's go to town.
Yeah.
Oh, best hot dog I've ever had. Best hot dog I've ever had. I love this, man.
This is how I grew up eating hot dogs.
Enough rest and set a positive mindset for the day ahead. Grab a friend, take some.
Over out in front of the mound, the pitcher and catcher. I don't know if there's a pitch com issue.
Fans, catch your Angels on FanDuel Sports Network. Stream now at FanDuelSportsNetwork.com. Also, this game is tied at 3 here in the bottom of the 7th. The score update is presented by OC Navigator. Visit OCNavigator.org for mental health resources.
We saw Ferrer in the ball game on Friday night, and he worked an inning and a third, and he retired all 4 batters that he faced. Neto is the pinch hitter. Seeing Neto pinch hit in this series already, and here's the pitch, and he grounds that one on the third base side. Nice stop by the third baseman House. The throw to first is in time, He was playing a little tighter to the line there late in the ball game now, and boy, that one gets by him. That's an easy double, but it's out number 1 to start off the Angels' 7th.
Yeah, this is a nice play. You want a step and a dive late in ball games to save a double, and that's exactly what he does. Able to lay out for it, plenty of time to get up and get Neto at first. Nice play by Brady House.
Batter now is Rengifo. He will bat from the right side against the lefty. Here's the pitch on Rengifo, and that's a shot down the right side. It's going to roll down in the corner. Rengifo's headed for second. They're going to send him to third, and he is going to get there standing up. That is his first triple of the season, and he turned on that one and drove it down in that right field corner.
Yeah, perfectly placed down in that right field corner. And this ball looks like it squirts right underneath the pad just enough. I think Rengifo is going to get the third no matter what. Just that right where that ball was hit. Now immediately the Nationals got to bring the infield in.
Batter is Shotwell. A hit gives the Angels the lead back in this ball game. Here's the pitch, and that one misses low for a ball. The bottom of the 7th. It's being brought to you by StubHub. Shotwell, our player to watch right now, presented by Kettle One Vodka.
Yeah, I think if there's one guy on the Angels team that you want up there in a clutch situation to know the ball's going to get put in play, it's Shotwell.
Here's the pitch, and he's taking, and that one's on the outside corner for a called strike. Shotwell a walk, a strikeout, and he's lined into a double play. In the series, he's homered, driven in 2.
Although Christian Moore is starting to come to my mind.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing when you were talking about that.
Shotwell's going to grind this at-bat into the ground. And this ball will be put in play. There's no question about it. Even with the tough lefty out there.
Ferrer is ready. And the next pitch, Shotwell takes. Did he go after that one? They say he did not on the appeal.
I don't know how he lays off this. This is 99, just missing the outside corner. Shotwell started, able to stop that swing.
Ready is Ferrer. Infield remains in. Here's the next pitch. And he was taking. That one's in there for a called strike. Gave him a sinker.
Same location. This time he slices that outside corner. Shotwell going to take his timeout. 7th inning stretch is presented by JMG Security Systems.
Outfielders are not very deep at all. In fact, they're shallow. And they're playing Shotwell to hit it to the opposite field. Boy, if he ever pulled a ball down the right side, he'd be able to run forever. He's going to bounce one-on-one, hop right to the second baseman. No chance for Rengifo to score on that one. And the throw over to first is out number 2. Hit right at Ahmed Rosario, the new second baseman.
Now, I knew Shotwell was going to put the ball in play, and that's why the infield is in for that protection. And it's got to be hit right at somebody to be able to protect and not have that run come home. And it was.
Taylor Ward is the batter. He's had a very nice day. And the pitch, that one is in there. Ward has had a double. 0-1 the count.
I think I'm hungry right now.
Here's the next pitch on Ward. It skips by the catcher, and breaking for the plate and scoring will be Rengifo. What a gift run here in the bottom of the 7th. Angels lead it 4-3. What a gift.
Well, this game, it's not one you want your young kids to watch as a highlight reel. The defense has not been good on either side, and certainly, well, you mentioned it, this is a changeup that gets right between the legs. And we're talking about Millis. What a nice job he's done behind home plate. This one squeaks through.
There's a swing and a miss at that 1-1 pitch. That was a sinker. They're going to score that a wild pitch.
Yeah, every time it hits the ground, it will always be a wild pitch, even though you feel like he should have stopped that.
There's a pitch there, a close one to take with 2 strikes. It was a ball. 2-2 is the count. Angels back on top in this game. Lead has been going back and forth in this one, and there's a swing and a miss at that 2-2 changeup, and that's how the inning will end. But the Angels get a gift run here in the 7th, take a 4-3 lead to the 8th on Angels Radio, also available on the Angels Radio app.
Puka, Bella, I'm sure you've noticed.
Tip of the cap, and now here we go. He gets Larry Walker. And here he is. He's going to face him right-handed. Why not? He looks like a catcher hitting. And now he's back to the left side. And a 2-out walk. So Walker reaches base after that first pitch. It was like the flyby here right after the anthem.
We get ready to go to the top of the 8th inning. 4-3 Angels. Zach Neto, who came in to pinch hit in the bottom of the 7th, batting for Kevin Newman, will stay in the game and take over at short, so that's good to see. Neto had just been used as a pinch hitter in this series, but now back in the field. Batter is Nathaniel Lowe. First pitch was a ball. And count even now. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the 8th. It's being presented by Nike. Angels have some more action in the bullpen. Here's the pitch. And did he go after that one on the appeal? The third base umpire says no, that Lowe was holding. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. Detmers is the pitcher of record in this game for the Angels. And here's the next delivery. That's a little check swing and a foul tip. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Angels trying to take 2 out of 3 in this series against the Nationals.
Win another series. Talked about how that's what it's all about.
And there's a chase and a miss, and down on strikes goes Lowe. 1 away. Second strikeout for Detmer since coming in.
Yeah, this slider doesn't do what it's supposed to do. It just stays on that inner third. Usually that slider from Detmer's got that movement heading down towards away from the left-handed batter. That one just spins on the inside, and Lowe swings right through it. The old backup slider.
Bill 1 for 3 day, chops this one towards Neto, waits on it, has plenty of time, and the throw easily will get Josh Bell. 2 up, 2 down. Brady House will be the batter.
That's exactly the ball you want Neto to get for his first ground ball back. Just a nice little easy hopper. You don't have a really speedy runner going. Take your time.
So here is House at the plate. And here's the pitch. That's fouled back to our right, out of play.
Boy, how comforting is it to get Zach Neto back out on that field defensively? He's just such a difference maker.
Here's the 0-1. That's on the outside corner, a called strike. When the Angels step up in the bottom of the 8th, it'll be Adele, O'Hoppe, and Darno. 2-strike pitch. He got him. Tried to hold up on that one. Got caught in between. Fastball at 96. Struck him out, and the inning is over. Really good inning for Detmers. Strikes out a pair, and the other out coming on a routine ground ball to short. Bottom of the 8th is next. Angels up 4-3 on Angels Radio.
What is it about baseball cards that make them so special? Why do you enjoy doing that?
Well, the biggest thing is I started collecting when I was a kid. O-Pee-Chee was a Canadian hockey league, and then the Canadian football. But I didn't start in the U.S. until I had signed professionally as a ball player. And when I got my first rookie card, and I've got it here with me.
Let's take a peek at that.
1966 with Billy Sorrell.
Bottom of the 8th we go here at the Big A. Angels with 4 runs on 8 hits. Nationals 3 runs on 6 hits. The bottom of the 8th inning presented by Farmers and Merchants Bank. Joe Adele is the batter. Jose Ferrer stays in the ballgame, and Adele goes after the first pitch and lines one into left field for a base hit. First ball swinging. Adele's been a tough out today. 2 singles and a walk. Be O'Hoppe.
And you just kind of feel like Adele is putting it together, all that talent that he's had, and you feel like it is starting to materialize here. We saw the 20 home runs last year, and this year we're starting to see him really use the whole field so much better offensively.
Pitch on its way. That's in there on O'Hoppe. Around the AL West today, the Astros beat the Cubs as they wrapped up that series in Houston. Astros won it 2-0. Astros will be off tomorrow, as will the Angels. There's a pitch low. Counts 1 ball, 1 strike. Seattle won in Texas 6-4. That game went 12 innings. Seattle will be hosting Kansas City tomorrow, and the Rangers will host the Orioles tomorrow. A's were beaten in New York 12-5. Yankees winning that ball game. The A's will be at Tampa Bay tomorrow. Pitch fouled off by O'Hoppe. The count's 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's part of the power of the lineup presented by Just Ingredients. Real food, better health. And there's a pitch that misses for a ball. Want to remind you after the ball game, make sure you stay with us. Angels recap. Trent Rush will have the program for you live on location at Brewery X in Anaheim. Here's the pitch. Bounce back to the mound. Could be 2. Throw to second 1. Relay to first. And that is a double play. So just like that, the first 2 outs in the inning. And the Nationals were trying to throw the ball around the infield. The ball goes into left field.
And that one right there. That ball almost sails on him. Nice play by Rosario to make that play.
So 2 gone. Here's d'Arnaud. Angels will take some sort of a lead to the 9th. d'Arnaud was backing up as that pitch was being delivered, and that's a called strike on him.
Kenley Jansen getting ready.
Here's the next pitch. That's a swing and a miss.
What a job by Reed Detmers. In fact, Angels bullpen has been excellent in this game today.
Next delivery, and that's a chase and a miss. Got him on the changeup there, and that's how the inning will end. Pereira's been pretty solid here in this weekend series.
A Dominican breakfast will put you to sleep, bro. ¿Cómo está sonando la comida dominicana ya?
La comida dominicana ya no sé cómo está sonando, porque obviamente mi esposa me cocina. O sea, hay restaurantes, pero no voy a comer comida latina.
Building materials. It's your go-to for tracking deliveries, managing orders, and controlling job spend all in one place. It's time to change the way you do business. Visit myfbm.com and register your company today. myfbm.com. That's myfbm.com.
Hey, Halo fans, join us for this season of Angels baseball. For more information on upcoming games, including exciting matchups, giveaways, and more, visit angels.com/tickets.
Jansen, the Angels closer, is in to try and close it out against the Nationals. Jansen searching for his 16th save of the season. He's 15 for 15 in save opportunities. First batter is Dalen Lyle, lefty batter, and the pitch goes after that one and fouls off that cutter right by the plate. Jansen has a 1-2 record. This is game 32, ERA 4.23. Opponent's hitting .236 against the right-handed reliever. 4-3 Angels. The 9th is underway. Here's the pitch. That's a little bit low for a ball this top of the 9th inning. It's being brought to you by the Vita Coco Company.
Another one-run game. Angels 16-8 in one-run games. One of the best in majors.
Here's the pitch. That's low. 2 balls and 1 strike.
The Nationals are 12-13.
Last time we saw Jansen was 5 days ago, as that one's fouled off on the left side, backing out of play. That was in the Boston series.
Fans, join us this season for Angels baseball. Visit angels.com/tickets for information on upcoming games, giveaways, and more.
2 balls, 2 strikes the count. And here's the pitch. Ball grounded on the first base side, and that is a fair ball. It skips away from Shotwell. The ball ricochets down the right side, and at second base to start the inning off will be Lyle. And that's going to be scored a hit there. Shotwell had that one kind of handcuff him right along the foul line there. It was a fair ball. It's going to be scored a double.
Yeah, such a tricky hop. That had so much top spin to it. Shotwell gets to it. He's not sure in or out. And that ball just hits right off his glove.
Angels will have a little player meeting out at the mound right now.
Yeah, you feel like this is going to be a bunt situation here.
Drew Millis will be the batter. talking to his third base coach, Ricky Gutierrez. And now the meeting at the mound wraps up for the Angels.
That was such a difficult play. That's one of those you just hope it goes in your glove. Shonowell in big time at first base.
Yep.
Rengifo in on the grass at third.
Millis swings from the left side. He's a switch hitter. Here's the first pitch. He's around a bunt. Drops one down on the third base side. It's a good bunt. The only play first base. Rengifo's throw will easily get the batter Millis, but that sacrifice moves the tying run to third base with one out. That sac bunt there goes 5-4 over to first base. It was Moore covering the bag.
Very end right now, going to come out to the mound, and Kenley Jansen doesn't. He's like, hey, I've got it. Angels are going to have to bring that infield in, obviously trying to cut this run, the tying run at third base now with one out. And Jacob Young has kind of been a thorn in the side in this series. He's got 3 hits in this series.
Meeting still going on out there at the pitcher's mound. Angels will have the day off tomorrow, and then Tuesday night, Angels open up a road trip against the Atlanta Braves, who are 6 games under 500, at least entering the day. And the Braves team, they've had a lot of injuries this year.
Yeah.
Got off to a slow start.
And Shonowell in again, thinking there might be a safety squeeze.
And here's the first pitch on Young. No sign of it. Swings at the pitch and fouls it off on the right side, backing out of play.
And we mentioned Jacob Young, 8 sacrifice bunts this season.
Very good bunter.
Shonowell still in at first base. Rengifo even with the bag at third.
Here comes the next pitch from Jansen, and that one is in there for a called strike. He's jumped in front, 0-2.
And the one thing with Kenley Jansen, he has just such that deliberate delivery that you could tell quickly if he's going to square around. By the time he starts to come to home plate, it's going to take a minute before he delivers the baseball. You'll know quickly.
2 strikes on the 9-hole hitter. Here's the pitch, and he gets contact and fouls it off over by his batter waiting on deck, Abrams. Hit it off the screen.
That cutter at 95. Jacob Young 0 for 1 in his career against Kenley Jansen, and that bat ended in a strikeout.
Here comes another 0-2. That's low, and boy, that was a good block there by O'Hoppe. That ball gets by him, and they likely tie it up.
Really nice job by Logan O'Hoppe. He knows it's coming. That was a slider, and he just slides over, smothers it at home plate.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on Young. He's had a double and a walk today. He's had 3 hits in the series, and he's driven in 3 runs this weekend against the Angels. He's on the spot here. The 1-2 delivery, and it's a ground ball out of the reach of Neto, and that's going to tie up the game. It rolls on out to left center. Ward will throw it in, and the Nationals have tied this game up here in the 9th inning. It's now 4-4.
Yeah, infield in. This ball's just hit hard enough just to the left of Neto. Cannot do anything with this. Just watch it go by.
So Kenley Jansen with his first blown save of the season. Jansen now becomes the pitcher of record in this game.
And now you've got Kenley Jansen, who is not quick to home plate. Jacob Young with 8 stolen bases on the season. He's been caught 8 times, but you can run on Kenley all day long.
Yep. Neto is playing near the second base bag, the Angels shortstop. Rengifo's a foot or two in at the third base side. There goes the runner. The pitch is low, and that's going to be an easy stolen base with no throw to second. Four here in the ninth.
That stolen base is presented by Don Julio Tequila.
Here's the pitch. Ground ball hit to the first baseman. Shotwell will field and easily beat Abrams to the bag. That's going to be the second out. On the play, moving over to third base, will be Young. Batter now will be James Wood, and I think the Angels are going to intentionally walk him for the third time today.
I get it.
His last three times up in this ball game, intentionally walked.
No question, he's their best hitter.
So here is Rosario batting. He came in to pinch hit in the seventh and struck out. Big lead over at first, and Wood will break for second, and he will get there without a throw. Pitch missed for a ball. It's 1 ball, no strikes.
And with 2 outs, Kenley Jansen just focused on his hitter here.
Here's the pitch, and that's a wild swing and a miss there by Rosario. 1 ball, 1 strike is the count.
Rosario 1 for 6 in his career against Kenley.
Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Swings and misses it. 1-2 is the count. Rosario was all over the place last season. He was with the Rays, the Dodgers, and the Reds. Hit .280 last year. He's a free agent last season, signed with the Nationals. Here's the 2-strike pitch, and he got him looking, and he knew it. Struck him out. The inning is over. But the Nationals do tie it up. And we will go to the bottom of the ninth, tied at 4 on Angels Radio, also available on the Angels Radio app.
Hey, Angel.
Sports Network through Amazon Prime Video with an add-on subscription. As always, you can watch FanDuel Sports Network through TV providers, including DirecTV, Spectrum, Uverse, Fubo, and more. Visit angels.com/broadcast to learn more.
Kyle Finnegan, who's been the closer for the Nationals for a few seasons now. He had 38 saves for them last year. He was an all-star, but he also had a tough second half of last season. He will take over. This is the first time we've seen him in the series. Christian Moore will be the first batter up for the Angels. Finnegan 0-2 record 18 saves, although he's the pitcher of record in this game. ERA is 2.89. This is his 30th appearance of the season. He replaces Ferrer, who worked the last 2 innings for them. And here's Christian Moore at the plate in a 4-4 game, bottom of the 9th. First pitch, and that one misses ball 1-0. Finnegan's always had a pretty good fastball. He has a good split. Throws a slider as well.
Yeah, basically fastball split. 65% fastball, and he's topped out at 99 this year.
Next pitch, and that one misses ball 2. Counts 2 balls and no strikes. Right-hander ready, and the next pitch. He misses high. 3-0 the count. Thirty-three-year-old Nationals closer on the mound. Here's the 3-0 pitch on Moore, and he takes it, caught the outside corner. Christian Moore had a big RBI hit for the Angels his last time up. That was in the bottom of the 6th inning. And that RBI gave the Angels the lead at the time. Here's the next pitch, and that's ball 4. Walked him on 5 pitches. The winning run is on to start things off here in the bottom of the 9th.
And Lamont Wade Jr. going to have his first at-bat of the game. And he's looking down at Bo Porter for the signs. Will he be bunting here?
We'll see. Here's the pitch on Wade. Swings at it and fouls it off on the left side. This bottom of the 9th inning. It's being presented by Bullet Frontier Whiskey.
And lefty's hitting .275 against Finnegan. Righty's .226.
Wade was in the starting lineup in the first 2 games, and he takes that one for a ball. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike, but hitless in the series, 0 for 5.
It's allowed 3 stolen bases. Christian Moore, a good lead at first.
He's yet to steal a base in the big leagues, Moore, and the pitch, and that's a chase and a miss, and the count goes to 1-2 on Lamont Wade Jr.
And that's the swing and miss pitch right there. That's a good split. That one starts in the middle of the plate. By the time you go after it, bottom falls out. He's going to see at least 2 more coming back to back.
Finnegan is ready. There goes Moore, the pitch. This is lifted high in the air, and it's hanging up in center. There to make the grab on that one is Jacob Young. And Christian Moore has to hustle back to first base. He was running on the pitch. That's 1 gone here in the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah, too bad. Christian Moore had a big jump. Would have had that base easy, but 2 strikes.
Zach Neto getting ready for his second at bat. He's a pinch hitter back in the bottom of the 7th, grounded out to 3rd. Finnegan ready, and the pitch. That one is taken, ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes. It's like the Angels have Connor Brogdon up in the bullpen in case we head to the 10th inning. Counts 1-0. And here's the pitch. This is grounded right to the 3rd baseman. Could be 2. 2nd for 1, and the relay a little bit late. This wasn't hit sharp. And that out at second base on Moore on the fielder's choice. Neto's on 2 outs, though, here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And the next batter will be Rengifo, who's had a pair of hits today. Five hits in this weekend series for Rengifo, so he's been swinging a good bat. Season average now .230.
13 stolen bases for Zach Neto at first.
Finnegan is ready. Long pause. He delivers. There goes Neto. The pitch is a strike. The throw to second. Neto goes feet first safely and then came off the bag. Wow. He had the base stolen, but then came off the bag, and Neto is out. The Angels might challenge this. We'll see, and they will not challenge it. So we will head to extra innings here at the Big A. Ball game.
What is something that you snack on that you don't worry about?
I love Uncrustables. I could eat like 10 of them in one sitting.
And no regard for his body? I don't even wait till I thaw out.
Hey, put them in a toaster next time. Just toast it, yep. It'll change your life.
Yeah, just an incredible play by Riley Green.
Moments by Air Halos in 2025 from the comfort of a suite at the Big A. Entertain guests with all-inclusive packages. For more info, call 714-4ANGELS or visit angels.com/suites.
Angels have a new pitcher. Connor Brogdon will take over. 7th pitcher of the day for the Angels. He becomes the pitcher of record. And here's the first pitch on low with the runner placed at second, and he pops one up into shallow right center. Coming in and making the catch on that one will be Lamont Wade Jr. Christian Moore went back on it, but easier play for Wade, and a quick out right there, one away.
You definitely want your outfielders taking that right there. That is a big out right there.
And Ahmed Rosario, their ghost runner, no chance for him to advance on that one. So the batter now will be Josh Bell. And here's the pitch. He looks it over, takes that one for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. 4-4 in the 10th inning here at the Big A. Next delivery, and that one is a little bit low. Angels this season in extra inning games, 6-1. And as far as the Nationals this season in extra inning games, they are 3-2. Next pitch missed. The count goes to 3 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, I think they're going to put, they're going to put Bell on right there.
After the count went to 3-0.
Yep.
So that will be an intentional walk.
4th one of the game for the Angels.
And 3 of the 4 runs that the Nationals have had today have been scored by runners who had walked to get on. Here's the pitch, and this one on House. He takes it outside for ball 1. Next delivery, and that is a pitch that is low. 2 balls and no strikes to count. Brogdon is ready. He's behind 2-0 here on Brady House, and the pitch. Ground ball hit to third. This could be 2. Flip to second, relay to first, and it's in time, and the inning is over. The Angels turn the double play, and that's how the inning will come to an end. We'll head to the bottom of the 10th. A run would win it. Angels and Nationals tied at 4 on Angels Radio, also available on the Angels Radio app.
I'm going to throw out a restaurant kitchen term to you, and then hit me with the baseball one. I'll start first.
Okay.
Mise en place.
Oh, mise en place. That is, as the chef, you put all your different ingredients out.
kind of before you start cooking, right?
You got it, man. That's the most important
That's a tough one. I hear this one a lot because of my name, can of corn.
Easy fly ball.
Leave the Big A in style during Throwback Week. The first 25,000 fans on Saturday, July the 12th, will receive a throwback long-sleeve shirt courtesy of Miller Children's and Women's Hospital. Visit angels.com/promotions today.
Luis Rengifo will be the batter. Zach Neto is the runner placed at second.
And the Nationals, House is in at third, but Lowe is not in at first.
Finnegan is back for a second inning here, their closer, and here's the pitch. No sign of a bunt as Rengifo goes after that pitch and fouls that one back. Rengifo has a triple, a single. He scored a run. He's 2 for 4. 5 hits in the series for him. Neto, pretty good lead off second. Here's the pitch, and that's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here comes the next pitch, and this is lifted in the air into left center. This is a routine play. Camping under is the left fielder, James Wood, makes the catch. Ball wasn't very deep, and that's the first out. Shonowell will be the next batter. He's gone 0 for 3 today, 2 for 11 in the series. One of the hits a homer.
I'm all about bunting right there in that situation. Get the runner at third base, and they're going to intentionally walk Shonowell. Get to Taylor Ward.
So Ward is by far the Angels' top RBI man. And he will step up here with runners at first and second. Taylor Ward has 3 doubles today and 1 run driven in. Got that RBI double in the very first inning today. Finnegan is set. Here comes the pitch, and that is right in there for a called strike.
Fastball 97, top side of the zone.
Four here in the 10th. And here's the pitch. That's on the outside corner. That's a called strike. 0-2 now on Taylor Ward. Joe Adell waiting on deck. Adell's been a tough out today. A couple hits and a walk. Next pitch on Ward, and he takes a called third strike. Struck him out looking. 2 gone now here in the 10th.
Yeah, didn't even swing the bat. First pitch was on the top side of the zone. I get it. You lay off. Second one's a better pitch to hit. Takes that one, and this one's a split right in the middle.
Joe Adell will be the batter. Adele's had a real good series, 6 hits, including 2 today. And here's the pitch. Grounds the ball right to the shortstop, though. The flip to second, they will easily force out Shonowell, and this game will go to the 11th inning. It's a 4-4 ball game on Angels Radio, also available on the Angels Radio app.
Hey, it's your friend Roger Lodge, and I know there's a lot.
I believe this one's it's a rookie card, I know, but I feel like it's the first card that I ever, like, big league card. Obviously, as a kid, trying to get to the big leagues, the dream of making it, but as a kid that had cards, right, as a kid, this is like seeing your card the first time is pretty cool. So that's pretty powerful when you see that card.
Jerseys and more by visiting angels.com/auctions today.
We get ready to go to the 11th inning in a 4-4 ball game. Connor Brogdon is still out there. Brady House is the runner at second, and the batter is Dalen Lyle. And the Angels are expecting a bunt here. We'll see. Here's the pitch. No sign of one. Taking that pitch is Lyle for a called strike. 0-1 is the count.
Shonowell still in.
Here's the next delivery. That one is fouled back. No balls, 2 strikes. Brogdon stepping off the mound for a moment, and now begins to walk back on and get set. 0-2 the count on Lyle. The right-hander ready, and the pitch. And that's a little bouncer. It's going to skip through and roll into left field. They're going to hold the runner at third base. And the throw comes in. It's cut off by Rengifo near the mound. And the Nationals have something brewing right now. They have runners at first and third, no outs here in this 4-4 game. And the catcher, Drew Millis, will be the next batter. He's gone officially 0 for 2 today. He's had a sac bunt. He's also walked and scored a run.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't try to score on that play there. That ball was not hit hard to Taylor Ward.
Here's the pitch on its way, and that's right in there for a called strike. Oh, 0-1 the count. Brogdon ready. Here's the pitch, and that one misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike is the count.
Be interesting to see if Lyle decides to run, what the Angels will do.
Here's the next pitch. That's a wave and a miss. Good changeup there. 1-2 is the count on Millis.
Connor Brogdon, really good changeup. Got the changeup to get that double play to end the 10th.
Millis had asked for time, stepped out of the box. Now he moves back in there. Here comes the pitch, and that one's fouled back behind the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
Another good changeup. One thing well with the changeup, that's when you can lift it and get it to the outfield, and that's what he's trying to do in this at bat. Although a ground ball hit anywhere towards the middle infielder will get that run in, even if the Angels turn 2.
Here's the pitch, and that's a line shot. It's a fair ball. It's going to roll down near the corner, a run in, and they're going to have runners at second and third. Millis with the double, a 2-strike double there. Still no one out. And the Nationals on top now here in the 11th, 5-4.
Millis' first hit of the season.
And that one was just fair. Batter now will be Young. And he is a really good bunter.
Oh, yeah.
The Angels are playing the infield up. Runners at second and third, no outs. Here's the pitch. He swings at it, though, and pops it up down the right side, calling for it and making a snow cone catch. A nice grab there by the second baseman, Christian Moore, in foul ground. Boy, he just held on to that. It was a foul ball, but it turns into an out, and that's the first out in the inning.
A big out right there. Really nice job by Christian Moore. The infield is in. He's got a long run to go get this baseball. Shonowell was closing the gap. Much easier play for Christian Moore, able to grab that. That ball bobbles in his glove.
Batter now is Abrams. Angels still play the infield in. Here's the pitch, and he grounds one fair on the first base side. 1 run is going to score. 2 runs are in. Abrams is headed for second. He's not going to stop there. He's going to go to third, and he is there with a 2-run stand-up triple, and the lead gets bigger. It's now 7-4 Washington. That one there really hurt.
Yeah, another good changeup, and he just rolls it over, able to keep this ball fair right down that first base side.
Angels are down by 3 here in the 11th. And now the Angels are going to intentionally walk James Wood. What's that, the 4th time today?
4th time today. And you get it every time.
That could be an all-time record right there. 4 intentional walks in one game. I mean, I know people used to walk Barry Bonds a lot.
Yeah, Bryce Harper. I think Joe Madden intensely walked him every at-bat in the whole series.
Yeah. Somewhere around there. Here's Rosario at the plate, runners at the corners, and that pitch is in there for a called strike. Here's the next pitch. That one is lifted foul. Left side, backing out of play. Only 1 out here in the 11th inning. 3 runs on the board. And the Nationals up 7-4. Here's the next pitch. That's fouled off on the right side. This is the first time the Nationals have had a lead in this game since the top of the 5th when they went up 2-1. They kept fighting back after the Angels had leads to tie it. And now they're up by 3. Here's the pitch. That's low and outside. 1-2 is the count. The Angels have more action in the bullpen.
Hunter Strickland throwing.
And Brogdon has to tie a shoelace out there on the mound. Time called. Here comes the next pitch, and he takes that one low. It's a 2-2 count. Brogdon worked last inning and working a second inning. He's thrown 21 pitches altogether. Two and 2 is the count on Rosario. Here's the next one. He swings at it and chops it to third, breaking for the plate, and being tagged out there will be Abrams. He was a dead duck. He didn't even try to slide on it. So that's a fielder's choice off the bat of Rosario, and the play at the plate will go 5-2 for the second out.
Yeah, let's keep that run off the board. Angels down by 3.
Nathaniel Lowe will be the batter now with runners at first and second, 2 outs. Brogdon is set. Here's the pitch. That's low and inside. It misses ball 1. And the Angels bat in the bottom of the 11th, trailing 7-4. It'll be O'Hoppe, d'Arnaud, and Moore, and Adele will be the runner placed at second. Here's the pitch. That's in there for a called strike. 1-1 is the count. Here's the next delivery, and that's low and inside. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count. Here's the pitch. That ball's lifted high in the air down the right field side. Long run, chasing and running it down will be Lamont Wade Jr. right near the right field corner. The inning is over, but some damage in the inning as the Nationals put a 3 spot on the board. They'll take a 7-4 lead to the bottom of the 11th on.
A snack that Freddie cannot resist.
I would have to say chips and guacamole. Organic mango, yep.
Is that because of the strong Dominican contingent in the major leagues, bro? Is that what, has anybody ever struck out and gone crazy and smashed the cooler full of mangoes?
Nah, our team's not really into smashing each other's stuff, I guess.
Are you a seasoning guy? You like to drown your stuff in dips and sauces?
No. Gotta watch my figure.
And it looks great, brother.
I appreciate it.
Very sexy man.
Yeah,
Let's go, Freddie Freeman, ladies and gentlemen.
Women leaders. Congratulations, Keiko.
Angel fans, get 2 tickets and $20 in food and beverage credit with the Let's Eat bundle. Visit angels.com/Let's Eat to pick your game and get 2 tickets plus $20 for food. Purchase your bundle at angels.com/Let's Eat.
First batter for the Angels as we begin the bottom of the 11th inning. It's Logan O'Hoppe. Joe Adele, the runner at second. And Finnegan is back out for another inning. You pretty much never see a closer do something like this. This is his 3rd inning in this ball game.
Yep. Certainly with the 3-run lead, too. But their bullpen, second worst bullpen in the majors, so they trust their closer.
Here's the pitch on its way, and that's a pitch taken for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. O'Hoppe today has a hit in 4 times up, a single. Here's the next pitch, and that's a chase and a miss. It was pitch 22 of the day for Finnegan, and again, he came in the bottom of the 9th. He's had a couple of scoreless innings, including 1 scoreless inning with the ghost runner at second. And here's the next pitch, and that's a chase and a miss, and O'Hoppe is down on a fastball there at 96. Struck him out. There's 1 away here in the Angels' 11th. Batter now will be Travis d'Arnaud. 0 for 3 day with a walk for d'Arnaud, who's been the DH today.
Most pitches Finnegan's thrown in a game is 32, and that's all the way back April 7th.
He's ready, and the first pitch. That one is a little low for a ball. Finnegan is set, and here's the 1-0 pitch. Fouled off to our right. That's going to push back out of play. Angels have just not been able to get over the hump when it comes to getting back to the 500 mark.
Get to 500, can't push over it.
Here's the next pitch, and that one a pitch that misses. 2 balls and 1 strike. This is game 83 of the year, and the last time the Angels were over 500 was after game 21 of the year. Here's the next pitch. Ground ball that's hit towards the shortstop, backhanded by Abrams. Long throw and plenty of time to first. Adele has to hold at second, and now the Angels down to the final out in this ball game. Christian Moore will be the next batter.
Yeah, this is, boy, unfortunate. Angels, so many different opportunities to win this game. Had the lead in the 9th. Kenley Jansen, first blown save of the season. On a weird play. That's the one that hit off Shonowell's glove to start that inning.
Here's the pitch on its way. That's in there for a called strike.
Dalen Lyle's the one that hit that top spinner right off the glove of Shonowell for a double to get that 9th inning started.
0-1 on Christian Moore. He's had an RBI hit and a walk today. And here's the next delivery. He fouls that one back, and now the Angels are down to their final strike in this game. Finnegan, if he can get the final out here, would win his first of the season. And Connor Brogdon, who's the Angels pitcher of record, it would be his first loss of the season. 2 outs, a runner at second. 0-2 is the count on Moore, and the next pitch grounds a ball right to short. This should do it. Loving it is Abrams. The throw to first is in time, and the ball game is over. So the Angels have a very quiet bottom of the 11th. Angels do leave the runner on, and the Washington Nationals come to town this weekend. They end up taking 2 out of 3 as they win the ball game today by the final score of 7-4. The time of the ball game, we'll get to that in just a moment. Here are the totals. Washington had 7 runs on 11 hits, no errors. They leave 11. Angels had 4 runs on 9 hits, no errors.